Have you ever woken up in the morning, looked in the mirror and thought to yourself, when did I start feeling older than I actually am? Maybe your knees ache when you stand, or you notice your energy doesn't last as long as it once did. You're not alone in feeling this way. After 60, a lot of us start to wonder what more we can do to keep living not just longer, but healthier, happier, and with a sense of vitality that makes each day worth looking forward to. The truth is, getting older doesn't have to mean slowing down or fading into the background. In fact, many people in their 60s, 70s, and even 80s are discovering that small daily choices can completely transform how they feel and how long they thrive. Longevity isn't only about adding years to your life, it is about adding life to your years. That's what I want to talk with you about today. 7 simple, doable daily habits that can help you feel stronger, sharper, and more alive than ever before. Now, I know what you might be thinking. 7 habits? That sounds like a lot to remember. But don't worry, these aren't complicated, and you don't need fancy equipment, expensive diets, or unrealistic routines. These are the kind of habits you can weave gently into your everyday life. Think of them like little seeds you plant each day. Over time, they grow into something powerful, something that makes you feel younger in spirit even as the years roll on. Let's begin with one of the most overlooked yet powerful habits, staying hydrated. You might have heard people say, drink more water, but after 60, this becomes more important than ever. Our bodies naturally lose some of their ability to regulate hydration as we age. That means you may not feel as thirsty, even when your body desperately needs water. Dehydration can sneak up on you, leading to fatigue, headaches, constipation, and even confusion. I once spoke to a gentleman in his late 70s who thought his memory was fading because he was constantly foggy and forgetful. It turned out he simply wasn't drinking enough water. Once he made a habit of sipping throughout the day, keeping a small glass or bottle nearby, his clarity improved noticeably. Here's a little tip. Start your morning with a glass of water before anything else, even before your tea or coffee. That single habit wakes up your body, flushes out toxins, and gives your organs a fresh start for the day. You'll be surprised how much energy this simple act brings you, and throughout the day, keep refilling that glass. Add a slice of lemon or cucumber if plain water feels boring. It doesn't sound like a big deal, but keeping your body well hydrated is like oiling the engine of a car. It helps everything run more smoothly and last longer. Now, once you've got your water in hand, let's talk about movement. I'm not talking about running marathons or lifting heavy weights at the gym. I'm talking about gentle, consistent movement that keeps your body flexible, your joints happy, and your heart strong. Think about a car that's left in the garage for too long. The tires go flat, the battery dies, the engine stiffens up. Our bodies are the same way. When we stop moving, things start to break down faster than they should. A habit as simple as walking 20 to 30 minutes each day can change everything. Walk around your neighborhood, take a stroll in the park, or even just pace around your house while listening to your favorite music. It's not about speed, it's about consistency. Walking helps keep your heart healthy, lowers the risk of stroke and diabetes, and improves your mood. I've met seniors who swear that their daily walk is the secret to feeling 10 years younger. If walking isn't an option because of joint pain, consider chair exercises, light stretching, or gentle yoga. There are plenty of routines designed specifically for older adults that can be done right at home. The important thing is to move your body every single day, even if it's just for a few minutes at a time. Over the weeks and months, these minutes add up to stronger muscles, better balance, and greater independence. That's what we're aiming for. Not just living longer, but living without relying on others for every little thing. Of course, movement doesn't just benefit your body, it also boosts your mind. Studies show that regular activity helps keep your brain sharper, reduces the risk of dementia, and improves emotional well-being. Have you ever noticed how good you feel after a short walk in the fresh air? That's your brain releasing feel-good chemicals, rewarding you for taking care of yourself. It's like your body saying, "Thank you for keeping me alive and well." Now, since we've talked about water and movement, let's turn to another daily habit that often gets overlooked: the way you start your mornings. Many people over 60 fall into the routine of waking up, grabbing their phone, scrolling through the news, and immediately feeling stressed. But the first 30 minutes of your day set the tone for everything that follows. Instead of rushing into worry or negativity, imagine beginning your mornings with a short ritual that nourishes your body and your spirit. This could be something as simple as stretching in bed, taking a few deep breaths, or writing down one thing you're grateful for. Gratitude may sound cliché, but it's been shown to lower stress, improve mood, and even support heart health. One woman I know keeps a little notebook by her bedside. Each morning, she writes down 3 small things she's thankful for: a hot cup of tea, the smile of her grandchild, or even just a sunny day. She told me this habit helped her fight feelings of loneliness and gave her something to look forward to each morning. So think about what would make your mornings feel calmer and more intentional. It doesn't have to be long or complicated. A few mindful moments can set you up for a day of energy and positivity, which in turn strengthens your body, sharpens your mind, and protects your health in ways you might not even realize. When you bring together these first habits, hydration, movement, and mindful mornings, you're already building a foundation for longevity. Each one supports the other, creating a ripple effect that touches every area of your life. You'll notice your energy improving, your mood lifting, and your confidence growing. And remember, it's not about perfection. It's about small, consistent steps that over time make a world of difference. By now, you can probably see how small changes in your daily routine can make a huge difference in how you feel. Staying hydrated, moving your body, and starting your mornings with intention are powerful habits on their own. But when we add more pieces to the puzzle, the picture becomes even brighter. Each habit works together, like threads weaving into a strong fabric, helping you live not just longer, but with more joy and independence. Let's talk about something that touches every part of your health: what you put on your plate. After 60, the way our bodies process food changes. You might notice you can't eat the same heavy meals you once did without feeling sluggish, or that certain foods upset your stomach more easily. That's because digestion slows down with age and our nutritional needs shift. But here's the good news. With a few simple daily choices, you can give your body the fuel it needs to stay strong, avoid disease, and even feel years younger. One of the best habits you can adopt is focusing on whole, nutrient-rich foods instead of processed ones. Imagine your body as a garden. If you pour in artificial chemicals and poor soil, the plants struggle to grow. But if you nurture that garden with sunlight, water, and rich soil, it thrives. The same goes for us. Choosing colorful vegetables, fruits, lean proteins, nuts, and whole grains provides the nutrients your body needs to fight off illness, maintain energy, and keep your immune system strong. You don't have to overhaul your entire diet overnight. Start with small swaps. Instead of white bread, try whole grain. Instead of sugary snacks, enjoy fresh fruit or a handful of almonds. Add leafy greens to your meals a few times a week. Even little changes add up. And here's a tip: eat mindfully. Slow down, chew your food thoroughly, and actually taste it. This not only helps digestion, but also makes meals more satisfying. I once met a man in his late 70s who told me he started eating an apple every afternoon, instead of reaching for cookies. At first, it felt like a sacrifice, but after a few weeks, he noticed his energy was steadier. He wasn't as bloated, and he felt lighter overall. That tiny habit became one of the keys to his renewed health. Food is powerful medicine, and when you treat it that way, your body rewards you. Alongside good nutrition, another habit that adds years to your life is getting quality sleep. This one surprises a lot of people because we tend to think of sleep as something we can cut back on when life is busy. But after 60, sleep becomes even more critical. It's during deep rest that your body repairs itself, your brain organizes memories, and your immune system recharges. Have you ever noticed how much foggier you feel after a poor night's sleep? Or how aches and pains seem worse when you're tired? That's your body reminding you that sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. Many seniors struggle with insomnia, waking up in the middle of the night or restless sleep. The good news is that simple daily habits can improve your rest. One helpful strategy is creating a calming bedtime routine. Turn off the television at least an hour before bed. Dim the lights and do something relaxing like reading, gentle stretching, or listening to soft music. Avoid caffeine late in the day and try to keep your bedroom cool and comfortable. Going to bed and waking up around the same time each day trains your body to fall into a natural rhythm. I once heard a woman describe her bedtime routine as her daily gift to tomorrow self. She treated it like winding down a little child. Soft lighting, a warm cup of herbal tea, maybe a few minutes of prayer or meditation. Over time, her sleep improved, and she found herself with more energy during the day. Sleep is the foundation of longevity. Without it, even the healthiest diet or exercise routine won't be as effective. Now, while food and sleep care for your body, there's another habit that keeps your mind sharp and your spirit alive: staying mentally active. After 60, it's easy to fall into routines that don't challenge the brain. Maybe you've retired, or your daily schedule doesn't demand as much mental effort as before. But here's the truth: your brain is like a muscle, and if you don't use it, it weakens. The good news: keeping your brain engaged can be enjoyable. Reading, learning a new skill, doing puzzles, or even playing strategy games can stimulate your mind and protect against memory loss. You don't have to study for hours a day. Just a few minutes of brain-challenging activity makes a difference. I know a retired teacher who started learning Spanish at age 72 simply because she wanted to. She practiced for 15 minutes a day using an app on her tablet. Not only did her memory improve, but she also felt more confident, more curious, and even traveled to Spain at age 75 to put her new skills to use. She said it made her feel alive again. That's the magic of mental activity. It reminds you that you're still growing, still learning, and still capable of new beginnings at any age. So think about something you've always wanted to learn or try. It could be painting, gardening, writing, or even just reading more often. Feed your brain new challenges. It doesn't matter how small they seem. What matters is that they keep you curious and engaged. That daily mental spark adds light, not just to your mind, but to your entire outlook on life. By this point, you can see how hydration, movement, mindful mornings, good nutrition, restful sleep, and mental activity all fit together like puzzle pieces. They reinforce one another and make the whole picture stronger. You drink water, which gives you energy to move. You move, which helps you sleep better. You sleep, which sharpens your mind. You nourish your brain, which inspires you to keep learning. It's a beautiful cycle, and you're in control of it. When you start weaving these small habits into your day, you'll notice something powerful happening. You won't just be existing, you'll be truly living. But there are still a couple more habits that complete this picture of longevity, and these might just be the ones that keep your heart and spirit the strongest of all. Let's talk about connection. Human beings were never meant to live in isolation, yet as we grow older, it becomes easier to slip into loneliness. Children grow up and move away, friends may pass on, and health limitations sometimes make it harder to get out and about. But here's the truth: strong social connections are one of the most reliable predictors of living a long, happy life. Think about it. Have you ever noticed how your mood lifts after sharing a laugh with an old friend, or how comforted you feel when someone simply listens to you? That feeling isn't just emotional, it's physical. Studies show that meaningful relationships lower stress, reduce the risk of depression, and even improve heart health. In fact, some researchers say that loneliness can be as damaging to your body as smoking a pack of cigarettes a day. Connection doesn't have to mean being surrounded by dozens of people. Even one or two close, trusted relationships can make all the difference. Call an old friend just to say hello. Join a local club, a walking group, or a class where you can meet others with similar interests. If mobility is limited, technology can be a blessing. Video calls with family, online support groups, even social media communities can bring warmth into your daily life. I remember speaking with a man in his early 80s who said his weekly coffee meetup with two friends was the highlight of his week. They didn't talk about anything groundbreaking, sometimes just sports, the weather, or their aches and pains. But he said that hour of laughter and connection kept him going, reminding him he wasn't alone. That kind of bond adds years to your life, not just by keeping your heart young, but by giving you reasons to keep waking up with purpose. And that leads us to the final habit, purpose. Having a reason to get out of bed each morning, something that gives you joy or meaning, may be the greatest longevity secret of them all. After 60, many people face big changes, retirement, emptiness, or the loss of roles they once identified with. It's easy to wonder, what now? But life doesn't end at 60. In many ways, it can begin again, with more freedom to shape your days around what truly matters to you. Purpose looks different for everyone. For one person, it might be volunteering at a local shelter. For another, it could be tending a garden, writing down family stories to pass on, or mentoring younger generations. Even caring for a pet, practicing a spiritual routine, or pursuing a long-forgotten hobby can spark that sense of meaning. The key is finding something that makes you feel useful, connected, and alive. There's a beautiful story of a woman who began painting at age 68. She had never held a brush before, but decided to give it a try. What started as a simple pastime grew into a passion. She painted every morning, sharing her art with friends and family, and even sold a few pieces at local fairs. She said it gave her days rhythm, color, and joy. Purpose doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be yours. When you think about it, all 7 habits we've talked about, hydration, movement, mindful mornings, nourishing foods, quality sleep, mental activity, connection, and purpose, are really about one thing: choosing life every single day, not letting age define you, not surrendering to the idea that this is just how it is, but instead taking charge of your well-being with small, intentional choices. And the beauty is, you don't have to do them all at once. Start with one habit that feels manageable. Maybe it's drinking more water, maybe it's adding a 10-minute walk after dinner, or maybe it's simply calling a loved one you haven't spoken to in a while. Once that habit feels natural, add another. Before long, these practices become a part of who you are, not just something you do. Here's the truth. After 60, life can be full of strength, clarity, and joy, but only if you decide to nurture it. Think of these habits as seeds. Every day you water them, they grow. And as they grow, so does your energy, your independence, your peace of mind, and your years. Longevity isn't just about the number of birthdays you celebrate. It's about the quality of the days you live. So let me encourage you right now. Don't wait until tomorrow. Start today. Choose one small change, one little shift toward a healthier, happier you. Your future self will thank you, your family will notice it, and you'll feel it in every step, every breath, every laugh that comes easier than it used to. If this message spoke to you, I'd love to hear your thoughts. What habit are you excited to start with? Share it in the comments. I read every single one, and your story might inspire someone else who needs to hear it. If you found value in this video, give it a like, and don't forget to subscribe so you never miss more tips and encouragement to help you live your best years with strength and joy. Remember, age is just a number. What truly matters is how you live each day. You have the power to make the years ahead your most vibrant yet. So here's to you, your health, your happiness, and your journey forward. May each day be filled with purpose, peace, and the confidence that the best chapters of your life are still being written.